I had breast cancer in 2014 diagnosed. And first, I only did operation because I have a medical background and I didn't think chemo and radiation would be good. So first I did that, and then actually it came back in my lymph nodes and reoccurrence in my breast and in my lungs also. So I did chemo because everybody of my loved ones said, you have to do chemo because then you will die. So I did that, and then 2015 or 16 actually, it exploded and I had it all over my body, like in my lymph nodes, more in my lung, and in my bone, everywhere.
In your brain?
So the oncologist said, do different chemo. So I did that. And then it was 2016 in spring, and my brother sent me a YouTube video of Dr. Joe. Yes. And then I did the work every day, like meditations in the mornings, in the evenings, blessing of the energy centers, tuning into new potentials. And
she was cooking up a storm in the quantum.
Yeah. And in 4 sessions of chemo, that was really unrare, everything was gone, everything. But the journey goes on because 6 months later, I had symptoms. When I got back to work, I get symptoms like I couldn't speak, I couldn't find words, I couldn't explain different stuff that is more complex, and I couldn't write my signature. And then my mother said, why don't you go to MRI of the brain? Because she said, something's going wrong. I had also Bell's palsy. Yeah. And yes, that was really weird because I had those symptoms like in 1 or 2 weeks. And so I had MRI, and I had this big ball in my brain, like a tumor again. So I was in emergency, and I had to do operation, and after that, I had to stay at my parents' house. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk, talk, whatever. But I still did the work every day because I had to do it. I knew that I knew that this won't change if I just do treatments and not change the field or the energy. I knew that. So I did it every day, even, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And that's what I loved of this phase of my life, that I could go into a different field. And yeah. And then in 2017, I had 3 more tumors in my brain. And I had also radiation, but I still did the work. I did in 2017 Bonn Advanced Workshop, and then I did Advanced Workshop in Berlin in 2018, and I got a healing. And after this, like for more than 1.5 years, I'm cancer-free. Yeah. And I really love to be, they have the normal new. It's amazing because I know I didn't read statistics, but I just got to know that 95% of all my diagnoses would have died. So, but I know that everybody can do it. That's why I wanted you to be inspired. And I think everybody can do it.
Just so you know, we're not making anything up. Let's put up her scans here. Oh, Jesus. MRI here. Look, there's a lesion, and it starts changing. You seeing a change? This is all the progression of her condition. Keep going. Have the other ones, or is that the only one? Oh, there we go. So, look at that. Starting to fill in, gone. Change. How many people see the change? It's evidence right there. In your process of personal change and transformation, were there days that you felt so sick that you didn't feel like doing your meditation?
Yes. Yes.
And let me ask you a question. Did you do your meditation anyway?
Yes, I did it. Always.
So then, would you agree then that every time she did it anyway, she overcame her body a little bit more? Yes or no? And were there days that you were feeling a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety because the condition looked like it was getting worse and you didn't think you could make it, and you started doubting yourself? Do you have days like that? I mean,
Yes.
You didn't feel like doing your meditation?
Could you imagine me in front of the operation on the brain? I was just feeling really bad. And I did, in the hospital, I just did meditation all the time.
So then she did it anyway, would you agree? And she overcame her fear. You know, the ultimate fear is the fear of death. You overcome that fear, and you start surrendering to love instead of the fear. Your body gets the message. And 1,400 different chemicals are released that begin to restore and repair the body, regenerate the body. And were there days that your family was, consuming your time and attention, and you got busy, and it could have been very easy that you said, I just got too many things going on, too many appointments, I don't have time to do my meditation, and you did it anyway?
I always did it. That was the first thing I did in the morning.
So then you overcame yourself on a daily basis, and you ultimately became somebody else. Would you
Yes.
agree?
Yes.
And the disease or the condition actually lives in the old person. She's not that person any longer. How many people understand? Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
She just never gave up on her vision. She was just uncompromising to an outcome. She wouldn't let any person, anything, any pain, any condition stand in the way between her and her future. It was just what she wanted more than anything else. And she put all of her time and her attention on healing. And the outcome of it is she's the example of truth. The example of truth. And I would rather have dinner with her than anybody that's famous or popular, because she knows more. She knows more about what it takes to overcome herself, and she's close to the divine. And her will to live now is greater than her fear of death. And she earns the right to live because she executed that kind of will.